can have the angle on both of us.
Alright, we back with another fucking video.
Hey, still up another
It's,
day.
A new type of video. 5 missing people who disappeared down a strange road. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to show some
Let's
horror.
see what this shit talking about. I don't know if it's horror, but this shit sound kind of interesting, so we about to see what they talking about. You know what I'm saying?
Can you even see my friend?
Some roads are said to be haunted. Some are reported to have a strange atmosphere about them. And others seem to swallow people whole, causing these missing people who mysteriously disappeared never to be seen or heard from again. Number 5. The Flinders Highway stretches from Townsville to Australia's Pacific coast across Queensland to Cloncurry. It's also been the location of 2 unexplained disappearances that have left law enforcement frustrated, as there's been no conclusion to these cases. Rhys Kearney, a 26-year-old man from Queensland, was living with his parents at the time of his disappearance. On the 21st of December, 2017, he had just attended the funeral of a close friend, and his family described him as being understandably distressed and in an agitated state. When his mother returned from a shopping trip and discovered that her motorcycle was gone, she tried to contact him, but with no success. On the 8th of February, her motorbike was found at the Telstra Tower, but Rhys was nowhere to be found. Police would later learn that he was seen riding the motorbike near a roadhouse in Ravenshoe, and later in Mount Surprise. They believed that he may have been traveling to see his brother in Normanton, but this remains unknown. Senior Sergeant Isles mysteriously disappeared on the 23rd of September, 2009. On that morning, he arrived at work per usual at 7:12 a.m. He then retrieved his equipment from the police station safe, as he is seen on CCTV climbing into an unmarked police car alone at 7:22. He then drove to his house in Ayr, as witnessed by Beverly Kelly, who lives nearby. She then saw him place something in the car's trunk.
Complete side note. Fuck the police.
It was probably it could have been a hate crime. That's the first thing that I thought. The second thing off, the first missing report, if that was all, that was not really that interesting. But this is the second, apparently, or what? Like,
Nigga, this still the first one.
wait, so they're connected?
Nigga, they're explaining the shit about how he went missing. They're still in the first person.
Damn,
nigga.
on some fresh shit, I got
This
lost.
nigga high. He's just
It's not connected, but they said that some people got lost on that highway. That's probably what they're saying.
That's a whole bunch of information right now, so we just gotta listen.
Fuck 12.
You know what I'm saying?
He had a short conversation with his wife and son before setting off towards Townsville, where he was to attend training. But he never arrived, and he was never seen again. His car and clothes were located in Bushland, south of Ayr, and police believe that since Isles was accused of corruption, he had a breakdown, and this is why he disappeared. They also stated that they were concerned about his mental health. His family, however, believed that there may have been foul play involved with his disappearance, following an inquest with a coroner. Number 4. Between the industrial hub of Mexico's Monterrey and the city of Nuevo Laredo lies a stretch of highway that's been dubbed Mexico's Highway of Death. The 3-hour car journey has seen as many people as 50 go missing in recent years, 6 of those being United States citizens.
That's a lot of people, and that road is still open. Like, nigga, and y'all still driving that road? Whoever driving that road is fucking stupid, bro. I would never drive on a road where there's 50 missing people. And it all happened on this road. Obviously, something fucking going on.
To be honest, what I would think is it sounds like some kind of kidnapping ring or like some shit.
I'm not about to be the 51st. No, sir, not today.
There probably is been 51st by now.
On the 3rd of January, 2021, Jose de Jesus Gomez Cordova was driving to Jalisco State in central Mexico when he mysteriously disappeared. He'd been seen living in northern Texas for 16 years and has made a trip on several occasions to visit family members. The last sighting of him was when he phoned his mother to tell her that he was in Laredo, Texas, and that he would be leaving
Baby, I'm so sorry. Phantom flushing these.
Do you want me to get you a toothbrush or a toiletries?
I'm going to summer camp, baby. I'm going to jail.
I don't know. What is our online...
Fuck this shit, man.
From Monterey the next day. But he was never seen again, and despite the FBI getting involved, he was never found. On the 13th of June, Gladys Cristina Perez Sanchez, a 39-year-old employee of a Laredo school...
He was just saying the FBI got involved, and they didn't find it. I'm pretty sure the FBI has like a 90% or 80%, what was it? A 90% conviction rate. I think they have a 90 or 80% conviction rate, the feds. So once the FBI is involved, they have all different types of shit. Like, I don't know. I believe that they're probably 100 years ahead in technology. Like, there's something that, like, I believe that they have more technology than they're letting us know, you know? So they'll probably find some shit.
That's classified shit. That's why I don't trust the fucking government. Wait, let me stop talking like that.
So
they're gonna try to come kill me. They're gonna try to assassinate me.
Bruh. On the second note, if they didn't find him, then that means some smart-ass motherfucker or some dumb-ass motherfucker got lucky. Like, you really never know. You really never know. Like, that shit is scary. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
I'm about to see that. I don't know what
this is the
school district, disappeared along with her 2 children. She was last seen by her relatives in Sabinas Hidalgo, Nuevo León, about 84 miles south of Laredo. She left her family's home at 3:40 p.m., driving a yellow 2004 Chevrolet Sonic, and vanished forever. Police believed she went missing on the Monterrey-Nuevo Laredo highway. Her family stated that she seemed to have every intention of returning home in Laredo, and that her health may be at risk as she may not have access to medication she needs to take on a daily basis. She's described as being 5 foot tall, 150 pounds with brown eyes and long black hair, last wearing a green polo shirt and blue jeans. Most of the people who mysteriously vanish on this road are believed to go missing while approaching or leaving the city of Nuevo Laredo, which is dominated by cartels. 6 other men have reappeared from the area and state where they were assaulted before having their vehicles stolen by armed men. As for the other missing people who have never been found...
That's why you don't fuck with those cartels, man.
Man, if they got control of that area, then there's bound to be some lower cartel that's, you know, because some cartel take that as disrespect. It depends on what group you're in. Some cartel, they take some parts, like the rapists and shit, they don't respect those motherfuckers. There might be corruption, but there's corruption within their group, you know, so you can't really trust everything.
Hey, I don't trust nobody anyway.
Hell yeah. Humans
found. Their whereabouts remain a mystery. Number 3. The Interstate I-80 is a stretch of highway that lies between San Francisco, California, and New Jersey. One section crosses the northern part.
And this shit is only talking about, like, highways and shit. I just noticed. Like, it's only talking about, like, the highway.
It disappeared out a strange road.
Yeah, so that must mean that it's common for you to get fucked up where there's no cameras and shit. It does make sense. There's no cameras on the highway. So if you're the only 2 cars there, then you never know what's going to happen, you know? That shit crazy. Shit, I didn't even think about that shit. But anyways, shit, let's continue that shit.
Part of Nevada, where one of the most desolate and unforgiving areas in the U.S. is located. As a result, it's been dubbed the Big Lonesome. On the 14th of February, 2006, 62-year-old Judith Cassida disappeared from that very road. That morning, she'd written a note to her husband, stating that she was not happy with the state of their marriage and that she was leaving him. She then climbed into her white 1991 Mazda pickup truck and took off, but no one knows where to. It's believed that she was most likely traveling to Oregon to visit family, but this has not been confirmed. The last time she was seen was at a McDonald's in Nevada, where she'd stopped to get some food. Her truck would be found a few weeks later in March, where it was abandoned on a strip of dirt road off the Pumpernickel Valley exit 205 near Nevada. It had a full tank of gas, was in perfect working order, and was not stuck in any way. No signs of a struggle were found near the vehicle, and only one set of footprints were found that led back to the highway. This baffled police, as she seemingly had no reason to get out of her truck or to head to the highway for help. She has still not been found. In May of 2011, Army Specialist Joseph Bushley was given a
But complete side note, 9 times out of 10, though, all these people that said they're not missing, they're fucking dead.
That's
They're
fucked up
dead.
to assume, but I mean, it is a high chance.
They're dead. Where else they gonna be? If they're not spending no money on their credit card, they're fucking dead. They're dead or they're being held captive and doing some other shit. But
That's pretty much the same thing.
they're dead.
To be honest.
a new assignment, and he was supposed to catch a ride to Fort Carson in Colorado. But before he could travel there, he disappeared. He'd been out on a drive before heading to the airport, where he ran out of fuel and called a fellow soldier to give him a hand. They had a 4-minute conversation on the phone, and since then, he's never been heard from again. The car that he was driving was found in the spot where it ran out of gas, along with the baseball cap that he was wearing. His father maintains that the military knows more than they're letting on, but they are adamant that Joseph has gone AWOL. He also claims that the Tooele County Sheriff's Department knows something, but has remained silent. The I-80 is the same stretch of highway that saw the disappearances of Nan Dixon in September of 1978, and World War II veteran Patrick Carnes in April of 2011. Number 2. The Long Trail in Vermont runs along the Green Mountains main ridge to the Canadian border. It's rumored that a serial killer was active along the trail between 1945 and 1950 due to the large amount of strange disturbances that have occurred there. The first man was named Middle Rivers. On the 12th of December, 1945, he was guiding a group of hunters up to the mountains. It's an area that he knew well, and when they were on their way back, he traveled ahead of the rest of the group and mysteriously disappeared. A search was conducted by state police, hunters, and Boy Scouts, but despite their best efforts, he was never found. Then, on the 1st of December, 1949, James Tedford also vanished from the same area. After returning from World War II in 1945, he found that his wife, Pearl, had vanished from their home in Fletchertown. The house.
Stop! Did you know every time you shop on Amazon, you're helping someone make passive income? Yes, you could be helping someone like me.
He disappeared.
Was abandoned, and his family stated that they had no idea where she had gone. She was last seen heading to a store, but they never had any further contact with her. He never heard from her again. In 1949, he boarded a bus in St. Albans, making his way back to Bennington. It was an 8-hour trip, but heavy snowfall caused a delay. 14 passengers would state that they saw Bennington sitting on the bus asleep. When the bus reached Bennington, however, he was no longer there. All the passengers and the driver testified that they never saw him get off the bus, and that he was still in the vehicle when they reached the last stop before Bennington. All his possessions were still in the luggage rack, and his bus timetable was still open on the seat next to his, but he was never seen again. Many other people disappeared from the same area in the 1940s, and despite the belief that a serial killer was responsible, no proof of this has ever been found and no suspects have been named. Number 1. Highway 277 stretches through an area so desolate that it's been said that a person can lie down in the middle of the road and not be concerned about being run over. In 2013, a man from San Angelo, Texas, was traveling along this road when he disappeared. Brendan Lawson returned to his house on the 8th of August, 2013, after not going home at all the previous night. His girlfriend of 10 years, Ledessa Lofton, was furious because of this, and they got into a heated argument. He decided to leave, and that was the last anyone has ever seen him since. His father told police that he had a conversation on the phone with Brendan that night at around 11:30, in which he said that he was heading over to the house in Crawley, about 3 hours drive away. Just after 12:30, he phoned his brother, Kyle Lawson, from the San Angelo, and told him that he had run out of gas. he stated that 3 people were chasing him out of town. When Kyle asked who he was talking about, he replied that they were Mexican men from the neighborhood. Kyle asked if he'd been using an illegal substance that was causing him to hallucinate, but he said that he wasn't. He then traveled to Brandon's house to fetch a gas can and headed out to help his brother along with his wife at the time. The 2 brothers kept phoning each other, but Brandon would only say a few words each time before hanging up. During one of the calls, Brandon said that he was running through a field at 12:50 a.m. and he phoned 911. A recording of the call is hard to understand, but it's said that Brandon sounded distressed, telling the dispatcher that he'd run out of gas and he was in the middle of a field and needed help in a hurry. When asked if he needed
Is this some supernatural shit going on here? Like, what the fuck?
Abducted by aliens, some shit.
What the fuck really going on? Hold on.
an ambulance, he said that he didn't, but he needed the police. Bad reception in the area ended their call, and the dispatcher attempted to phone him back, but she got his voicemail and left a message. A further 18 calls would be made between Brandon, Kyle, and Kyle's wife, the last being from Brandon to Kyle at 1:15. A deputy arrived at Brandon's truck just after 1 a.m. after a trucker reported that his F-150 was obstructing traffic along Highway 277. He noted that Kyle wasn't there, but just then Kyle arrived, still on the phone with Brandon, who said, "I can see you, I'm right here." Kyle could not see him. However, he assumed that he was hiding from the deputy. He drove up the road and parked, but Brandon never appeared, and he remains missing to this day. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Yeah, this is my channel. You don't have no outro here. But,
Fuck that creepy shit, to be honest.
hell yeah, I don't know. A lot of shit. But, you know, it's a whole lot of shit we don't know going on in the fucking world.
Shit. Because he said he saw him, so what if he was, like, actually invisible or some shit? Like, what if he was already in a different dimension type shit?
I don't know. There was a whole lot of shit going on. Hell yeah.
I mean, the music made everything creepy.
Yeah, the music, it was like putting you in thought type shit. But it's a straight video, but hell yeah, that probably
Hell yeah.
go ahead, leave a like, you know what I'm saying?
Hit that
Comment,
sub.
you know what I'm saying? Subscribe, tell your friends, tell your homies,
Let us know what kind
Your
of
brothers,
videos,
your mamas.
you think we should
tell
react to.
everybody, your girls, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you want to call them, man. You know what I'm saying?
Feel me?
We out here, bro. We out here, you know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, stage.
Alright, stay up though, you know what I'm saying?